Yeah, come in.
Hi, how are you?
All right, hello.
How you doing?
I'm all right, how are
Been a
you?
minute, huh?
Yeah.
Nice to see you again.
Oh, thank you.
Decoration.
Got my new desk put together. I outgrew my old one.
Nice, a light. Do you have the rehab plan that I went over last month when I was here? She's not due for a new one, but we went over this with Wendy, and Wendy had his. I don't know if you want to look at this.
It might be in my room. Or their room.
And then
What are we
Wendy,
3D printing?
Oh, no. That's a computer. It's not a 3D printer.
Aww.
and Wendy had said that she doesn't have her client.
It's going to be a really good
Are
computer.
you building it?
Yes. I just need my power supply. It's gonna. And then I have everything.
Light in here. What are you doing?
The window's open.
It's hard to light in here.
Well, earlier this week it was too hot and then, how are things going, Nicole?
Fine.
How are visits?
Fine.
I was just looking at the notes.
I record them, so they have been lying about me at the meetings. And because I record everything, that it's live.
Who's been lying?
Tanquist, some of the workers.
Have been lying about you.
Yeah.
To
In the DHS
the
meetings.
notes they write.
Like when they get on the Zoom call, they got on the Zoom call.
Our team meeting, our last team meeting.
What are they saying? It's not true.
Oh, they said and none of it was true, so I would have to go back. And I record every visit, and I record all those meetings, so I have all the accusations and proof that it's not true.
Well, the notes I
They keep saying stuff that's just like the soda and the lollipop.
The soda, I
and
saw the soda stuff. But
they keep, and they were just saying little things that like paint me as the bad guy. I can send you the recording of that meeting.
If you don't mind.
I got pretty upset because they kept lying and being rude, and like, I see it lie about something.
Anything you send to him?
Yeah,
you
I can send you
or
that.
can send it
I think I sent it to
me.
Wendy, but it might not be in like the general files I sent you the other day.
Yeah, so I
So.
didn't, they weren't.
I'll specific to both of you.
Hi.
Went to the library yesterday.
Keith, the library.
Oh, I brought cheesecake.
That little cafe there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would have to bring cash to use that cafe, I think.
Did they walk you over the
Yeah,
library?
we just all walked over. It was really nice out.
Wait a sec.
They don't let them use it for visits.
Why?
It's a daycare.
Liability. They also ability.
They change it so that both organizations can use
I
it.
agree. I thought that was silly.
Keep asking because they see it out the window and they want to use it.
I talked to Tammy and she had Violet this little report card in her book bag way about ago. Did you get that?
Yes,
Okay.
I have that.
And then school pictures.
All that.
Okay.
I don't consent to the school taking pictures of my children, but no one asked me.
Why not?
I don't need a reason.
No, just curious.
No, not really. No with it. Did you hear about the Epstein files of that organization that does most of the? You want the reason?
I know a lot of people object to specifically Life Touch
Yeah.
doing pictures because
Either I wouldn't even trust a company that's not them because a company like that that's unnecessary. I don't need.
Of them getting out there.
I'm not afraid. It's just one of these companies has been proven to be connected to a major pedophile ring. Why would I trust any of them? Why do I need pictures of my kid from a school? I can take pictures with my
You
phone
don't
every
want
day.
them
I don't want the school taken. They already did. Damage is done.
Because you're worried the pictures will get out.
No, I'm not worried about it. I don't agree with it, and it's wrong to do that without consent. I don't need a reason to not consent to something. That's like, I think I gave you a pretty good reason.
Yeah, no. Did you get the pictures, though? Do you have them?
I don't have, there might have been like the preview pictures in the thing, but they took the pictures without
Did you
asking.
like the pictures? No.
I guess. I mean, it already happened. I mean, I'm their mom. Who else is going to get the pictures? I didn't pay for them, obviously. Like, if someone paid for pictures, they should get some of the pictures they paid for. It's fine.
provide copies for you. Typically, we do check off that picture, not school pictures they use, like, in, like, a school newspaper or, like, a yearbook.
I don't
Check
consent
off.
to any of it, and nobody asked me at any point, and I really just, it's fresh to talk about, and it's not like anyone's going to start following the law. The year is about over.
Mm-hmm.
No one asked me anything at any point. They took temporary custody and treated it like permanent, and it's ridiculous.
clarify, just Scott, were you saying that
We
you
typically
check no?
check off to no, not for school fairs,
But the
typically
general, when they're here for our newsletter.
Yeah.
they're not allowed.
I checked no on that, and I thought that what included the school pictures, so I was surprised when they
Yeah.
had done it anyway, and I didn't understand it.
Yeah, that's usually the, for when teachers take pictures or staff takes events or just to
Yeah.
share with how
I had to
the school year's
specifically
been
tell
going.
them not to take school pictures of her when that came around the next time.
Okay.
Are there any services that you're currently in that I don't know about?
Wouldn't matter if I was. HIPAA,
So like fee,
What do you mean?
anything like that?
HIPAA, I have a right to my privacy, and
But the court, hearing in the court.
yeah, she said she can set up a thing for the thing that they need. She's the one setting it up. She has access to that information. It hasn't even happened.
So I think to comply with department would ask time and uses that are limited just for them to be your progress.
Yeah.
That are going,
I'm not going to get a therapist, and I don't need medication. So, like, I'm going to do what you guys are demanding I do and get that evaluation done, and you can have full access to that evaluation. That's fine. I'm not doing anything unnecessary, whether waste my energy on it. I don't need it.
Okay. So I'm waiting for them to order not, because I don't want to send a referral and do all of that
Yeah.
paperwork. If not, one of her things is if she can't record, she's not doing it.
I have a too,
we
yeah.
talked about that, and given that it's a personal
My legal
information,
right based
she's
on the
sharing it,
Constitution of
and she
Maine.
wants it for her own records, I don't see why.
Yeah, if they're not going to lie, it should be fine.
Yeah, so Dr. I don't know if you got my email, Dr. Hale says, and then there's a place in our Harbor area, it's called Acadia Psychiatry. They can get her in pretty quickly, like next month, but I'm for them to let me know they're checking into it. And wait list at Acadia Hospital, November, and as of March, they still didn't know, but Judge Sylvian wrote school, so it's different and needs to be done by those. Evaluations are really hard quickly, so that's why. I know Wendy tried to get for a psychiatric evaluation. She was hoping something.
Oh, good thing I didn't have to do it.
So we don't have that. The other evaluation that Nicole did was the confidential.
Did they let you record that?
Yeah, I did. And when it's weird, I could send you that too. He, when I told him I was recording and wouldn't not record, he tried to convince me. He took like a good couple minutes to type on his computer to try and erase, and there are contradictions between what's on paper and what happened on camera. Like, it's nothing big because he realized I was recording and he tried to fix it, but it's almost like he couldn't remember all the lies he told, that he couldn't erase them all, and a few of them were just like left behind.
But you think the written evaluation,
I know that there's contradictions because I read the written evaluation and I recorded the session and I can prove it. And he's from
general
Texas.
written evaluation is,
It doesn't say anything bad, like, because he found out pretty quick I was recording. Like, he stopped breaking the law at that point for sure.
what was he doing prior to that was breaking the law?
Lying on a,
On the-
yeah, like on the evaluation. Like, why, like, he's in a, don't they take oaths? Don't they need not lie?
They have the general oath.
It is illegal
How
for
do you
them
know
to
he was lying? Were you
because I
saying he was-
recorded it. He lied about what was said, and I got a copy of the evaluation.
Yeah, but you said as he was, it was.
No, I'm saying retroactively. Retroactively, I noticed that he had typed a lie, and retroactively it made sense that he was erasing the lie, so I
Okay.
figured I have it on recording, and like the paperwork shows the lies, and the video recording shows the lies, and the video recording shows him on camera doing all that typing, and when he couldn't convince me to stop recording, like, it was a big chunk of time. I wouldn't have noticed if it wasn't like an abnormal amount of time that he was doing stuff on his computer, typing and erasing stuff, and
You knew that he was doing that. But
typing. He was typing and erasing, like he was doing something on his computer, and he was rereading stuff. Like there was a lot of, like it was a lot, like a big chunk. I can send it to you. It's fine.
But unless I can see what he's doing, unless I can.
Green recorded the whole thing.
You can
I can
see
see
the
what he's
computer?
doing. He's like there at his. I can't see the computer screen, but he's he's at the computer. You
You're
can see.
assuming he's correcting his lies, but
Yeah, I'm saying that he did lie. That's a proof. That's something I can prove. There are lies in the report, and I can guess where he did that. Like, he tried to erase it because because if you're lying on a report and you find out you're being recorded in real time, you're going to try to not break the law and caught. It's a logical...
Well, it down to, because in the realm of the case and the realm of the court and things like that, something that day-to-day life is something the court would call just a misperception, a misunderstanding.
No, I recorded it and it's on paper.
Kind of things like that, okay.
That's not how that works. Lies are lies, and lying is a sin.
So we'll have to,
But what if it's an honest mistake?
There was more than one. There was. We don't have to talk about it since you just. Am I on the stand now?
Well, I'm just curious. I was just,
Yeah.
I was just curious. You don't have to.
And it's
Yep.
fine.
So yeah, we'll, I haven't gotten anything from Wendy yet, so
Yeah.
anything you want to forward to me?
Yeah, it's all. I sent you the YouTube channel. It's all there, and I sent you the files where it lists out what is what. And but Wendy had me put on a flash drive.
Yeah.
Apparently
so I
she
haven't
needed
been able
that.
to get that,
Yeah.
So, we're involved because we do have concerns here, mental health. You share with me, you shared with me in the past, you have some diagnoses. Can you share with me your feelings around
No,
that?
I'm good.
Okay.
Why not?
You're not in my life because you have concerns about my mental whatever. You're in my life because people have been breaking the law since the start. I have the arresting officer on camera admitting to violating my rights. Brenda committed perjury and has proof on camera that pretty much everything she said on the stand is lies, and that's why you're holding my children, is that perjured statement, and no one will look at the proof. And I told them in the court, in front of the judge, that I had proof on camera. My due process is being denied. I'm not interested. You might as well not ask me anything that I don't need to answer at this point. I'm pretty,
If we have the hearing and you try it.
yeah, I'll be on the stand. It'll matter.
Now.
Why should I? No one's had any respect for me. They've lied to me, broken the law, violated my rights. Why should I waste the energy and time? I don't owe anyone anything.
Can I just mention it? And you don't have to do anything. You're right. You don't have to do anything. It's reject. But in my experience, things go a little smoother. You
Let them
lower
violate
the-
my rights.
Say that again?
If I let you violate my rights,
No, just have a conversation.
but my rights are that I don't have to. So that can't affect the
You're
outcome.
going to eventually, so why not just do it?
Why waste the energy doing it again and again and again? I have posted online tens of thousands of pages worth of testimony in real time documenting what I am experiencing and my rights being violated. It is public. I owe none of you anything. The violations are more than 20. I stopped counting after 20. That was months ago. It didn't stop happening. I'm so just disgusted, to be fair.
So can I ask, no, it was just me and Ben here, not Emma?
No, let's just get it all out of the way. It's not going to matter.
Okay, that's fine, and
No, it's
you're
fine.
right, you don't have to say it, but I read smoother, open.
Everything is out in the open. I posted it publicly on YouTube. Everyone can just go click on it and look. I
Put your
sent
cooking
it.
skills on YouTube?
No.
And everything.
Well, probably,
Right?
yeah.
You're lying. You're lying.
Probably, yeah.
You're
No,
lying.
because I
Everybody's
was.
lying. You're lying, Nicole.
And that's
I immediately correct myself, and he's just not listening.
He's-
I post all the logs
he's being
from.
facetious, yeah.
I'm autistic. I post all the logs, and yeah, if you want to go read tens of thousands of pages worth of them, go ahead. There's plenty of me chatting with this AI bot that everyone thinks I'm crazy for talking to. It's in everyone's pocket and millions of people are using, but I'm insane for talking to it. But yeah, plenty of my coping mechanisms and how I deal with stuff and me actively going through this trauma, literally in the moment, and testifying by writing down my experience and sending it and recording it and posting it publicly online. So yes, it is. I said that everything is online. You want to be facetious, but I'm autistic. That's not fair.
Okay.
But yeah, if that is something that was relevant to my testimony, it's there. Because everything that's been relevant is there. Tens of thousands of pages.
So if it's already, okay.
Yep.
Never mind.
I share the link with you.
Yeah,
if you're
feel
okay
free,
with that.
yeah.
Okay. So I can share the link with you. So
I'm not hiding anything, and it's just exhausting.
But you also won't answer.
You're also in my. I am answering the questions, and you kept coming at me like my answers weren't good enough.
What are your coping
You
skills?
kept coming at me like my answers weren't good enough, and I'm out of that amount of what I need to deal with that.
Okay, I'm just genuinely curious. Like, are your...
It doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter.
Mm,
So Nicole, it says, to clarify, they want to know, is that you have these coping skills and they are working?
I have coping skills. They're fine. They're working fine.
Okay.
That's it. You don't.
I don't want to share them.
I don't have to.
So you don't.
You look at my desk and look at some of them. What are you talking about?
that?
You don't see all of the coping skills I have all over my desk that I do?
The Legos are a good coping skill.
Well, you're not taking a close look at the desk then.
Well, I see the Legos right there.
Because a bunch of how to draw manga books. There's a bunch of Assassin's Creed games. There's beads to make little jewelry with my kids. There's tons of coping mechanisms out in the open on my desk for you to see. Like
art in general is a good coping.
I agree.
my art.
I agree. Art, Legos.
The questions aren't totally necessary. Don't get the point of these meetings in general, because nothing ever happens, nothing matters, nothing moves forward. I mean, yeah, check, make sure the kids have a bed, whatever.
Of what you mean for something they should think right now, a benefit to it getting out now is that we go into court in the morning, and if they have all of this down, it's grounds for me to say, you have all of this stuff done, you saw it, I was here, I saw you hear it, agree that this is what should happen, the girl should come home. So that's a benefit to doing now instead of in court. Now, if you report, so it's on the record in front of a judge, then that's what we can do. It just, a benefit to doing it now is that we might be able to, having to have that hearing and can speed this up to get...
No, there's no avoid the hearing. They have continued to violate my rights and break the entity of whatever is going on. They have continued to violate my rights, break the law. I have extensive recordings that I've posted publicly to that fact.
Yep.
So it does, why would I? Wendy made it pretty clear that everyone is acting like I consented to the hearing being pushed back, when I never. You guys are just demanding stuff that I gave you 2 evaluations. I showed up for the 3rd. It's not good enough. It's never good enough. I'm not the problem.
I'm new here.
It's fine,
And so I get what you're saying, is that I'm new here, so I'm not trying to go backwards. I'm trying to say next week we do, and one benefit to trying to do this now is to have it, so...
I talked with them openly, answered their questions at the beginning, and it didn't make a difference, and they've kept my kids for a year, which doesn't matter.
So that's where we are now, is that you use art as a coping skill. It's for you to go this.
Plenty of coping skills. They're all out in the open.
So, and then some of these things.
Everything is on YouTube. I have extensively detailed my experience on YouTube and posted
So
it.
I was talking about things beyond the case of everything about the case is also on YouTube. So I was most about, you've been on YouTube before.
Not really, actually. I posted one thing here and there.
Yeah, but then
Had no reason.
it has transformed into...
It is a testimony that I am purposefully using tens of thousands of pages of writings that from the beginning I knew my rights were being violated and have been using it to document purposefully my experience with my outcry testimony, because no one will listen.
So, and I'm here wanting to listen, and we're just trying to let them check the box of absolute right to hearing, so we're going to ask questions in hopes that there's an agreement.
They've had a year to do that. They haven't. They've broken the law so much. There's no hope of them not doing that again. So, hearing. I want my hearing, and that's kind of all I care about at this point, because that's what happens when you break someone's rights. You violate their rights over and over and over. Take no accountability, and you just keep doing it.
So I guess the question for you guys is there something you want to see or some
Perspective, we are looking for, clarity on permit status currently. What has changed the last year?
Nothing. I was fine then, I'm fine now, and I have posted proof on YouTube that it was a false arrest. And
the judge clearly stated in her order that there was something going on.
yeah, because I was harassed for 5 hours by police. You think I can get harassed for 5 hours by police? My kids ripped from my arms for taking them to a church to pray in the grass because I cried. Someone called 911 on me because I cried. Do you think I can go through that trauma? And I don't even talk about the other stuff that happened. And then I not be distraught, and I not make mistakes, and I not fumble a little, and I not have to grieve the ripping of my children from my arms? I understand what is so wrong with people who just don't have a heart. You literally don't have a heart. I'm sorry. How can you if you can't hear what I'm saying and hear what I'm saying? Because all you do is hear what you want to hear and use it against me to violate my rights again. So I'm fed up with it. So whatever you need by law, I'm happy to provide.
How that is find someone to do. Hopefully have that set up for you.
What are your mental health diagnoses?
Can't you those up?
I have them. I just want to know if you can tell me.
That's weird.
Not really, I wanna see if you...
Anxiety, depression, agoraphobia, and PTSD. But the anxiety and depression specifically, I'm not having that much trouble with anymore. It's the PTSD and agoraphobia I'm still working on a lot.
What sort of work are you putting?
I think that's where the line is.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Where the line is.
What do you mean?
On that line of like I'm on the stand and I don't need to feel that way. So one no is going to have to be enough when I say that.
Let me ask about the agoraphobia.
That was it, and I said one no needs to be enough.
Oh, so the no applies to
Everything.
My mental health situation, you have everything you need.
I don't have anything.
She's getting the evaluation done. I've given you 2 evaluations, and I've showed up for the 3rd.
Competency one doesn't address mental health.
Okay, it's not my fault that it's not good enough for you. I'm clearly doing what I need to do.
That came from the criminal.
Okay, all anyone told me, and there's, again, tens of thousands of pages of writings, all anyone told me was to get a psychological evaluation. So I went to the places that everyone said. I called, I have proof because I screenshotted my call list on one of the days where I was calling a bunch of places that people had said, this place might be able to do it. And I asked everyone, and no one understood when I said what you were asking, like that DHHS wanted a psychological evaluation.
As someone who does both of them, just ultimate finding at the end, for sure. It's a really narrow, is this person called situation. Let's go into every...
And I provided a recording of the
You have it?
other one.
Yeah,
I have.
so, I mean...
Do you have a copy of it?
I don't.
No, I have it on me, and he actually said, really didn't feel like he had to testify because he felt like
Because they never want to
he couldn't be,
This is that one that stopped the thing. It shouldn't matter. He didn't do the evaluation.
He said he couldn't complete the evaluation
He couldn't do it at all because I
appropriately.
was
This is,
recording.
this is Anthony Andrews, the competent.
Okay.
He did the competent one. He said he had to stop doing it because he started.
I didn't start. I recorded from the beginning. He found
I guess
out.
he didn't know, yeah, so.
Okay, well,
I told him. I wasn't lying or hiding it. I told him.
Mhm.
He asked.
He asked at the beginning or about?
It's not right at the beginning. Some time had passed and he had time to make some lies to delete, right? I can be facetious, right?
He had emailed me saying that the evaluation addressed a narrow legal question, whether criminal
Yeah.
proceeding.
And I also gave you one from
Did I get thrown
CHCS.
out?
He said he did not
Yeah, but,
evaluate her mental
Deferred?
health or treatment.
They said as long as a year passes and I don't get any legal trouble,
filing.
and a year is basically next month, and the date was set this month, and it doesn't even matter because they were just a placeholder.
Are they actually doing actual filings or was it an informal?
Oh, no, they're doing actual filings now.
Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I found out that Chelsea Lynn's agreed to an illegal deferred, but, so yeah, they're doing, especially because they were getting a lot of pushback, especially within the system they're doing for criminal, that they need to, part of it is because people they're fighting against moving over.
Has the year been out and gone? Or are you still?
June 17th, it will be a year. The date was set the month before, so this month. But that was just a placeholder. It's just going to automatically drop. My lawyer would update me if anything changed, I'm sure, tomorrow.
Tomorrow day is, but
I'm going to make her an art. She's great. She likes my art.
Do you have any?
No, new concerns. There have been concerns in the past. You know, the kids' toys keep getting broken, and it's possible that the other kid is breaking their toys on purpose. I can't say. It's not like you guys can do anything about that. Just more.
turned around and said that he couldn't do, it had to change, kind of contradicting himself, because he says right here that she called evaluation.
On camera, he says it was about, like copyright of material of the test. So,
BIP, whatever.
and I was like, that's not my problem. Not really. And that was another thing. When the other guy wouldn't do the other evaluation, he was saying the stuff about copyright and whatever. And I was like, the other guy just did something different. I don't see why you can't just do something different.
Dr. Hale?
Yeah.
Did you actually meet with him?
Yeah, I recorded what did happen. It was a Zoom-like thing, like with the doxy.
Part of it is mostly about her, I understand.
He wrote a lot, too. And it wasn't like there was anything huge lied about, and I have it on recording and provided that, so it can be corrected on record by the recording. But I don't see why that wasn't enough. We talked for over an hour. He wrote a lot of stuff down. Why'd I even provide it if it didn't matter? Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you lying by omission? You didn't put some stuff in that you felt should have been?
That's not what I'm saying at all. Like, I don't know where your head's at.
Often the case.
I don't know why it was necessary for me to provide that evaluation to you guys, because it doesn't matter. It was pointless. It was useless.
Yeah, I agree that necessarily doesn't help us with the...
Yeah, he typed a lot of information. We talked for like an hour and 20 minutes, I think it was. It was over an hour. A lot of it was being like, you know.
Yeah, at most, a lot of the stuff you think is unconvincing.
Is there anything that you would like to talk about or go over that we haven't talked about?
Nope. I feel like I haven't been provided all of the documentation because I don't have a physical paper copy of the perjured testimony Brenda gave that day in court. So if it's possible for me to,
You would like to transcript?
yes,
Okay.
that's something I want. I tried to tell Wendy that I didn't feel like I had all of the documentation, and she said that I had everything, but I don't have that, so
Yeah, so that usually isn't something that's default provided.
I want everything.
You have to
I want
request that from the court. So
anything that can be requested, I want.
I'm going to put in the request. I have to be very honest. We didn't discuss this at our last now. It's unlikely that I'll get a paper transcript for the Jeopardy.
Oh, that's fine if it's after.
Okay.
I want
You'll
it.
probably want a transcript of the Jeopardy hearing, too.
I want everything.
Yeah.
I want
Oh,
literally
okay.
everything I can possibly obtain.
Do you want to keep this, or?
If I can,
Okay.
Yep, I just didn't.
Can you make a copy of that too for me, because
Yeah.
mine's buried?
Yeah, I'll make another.
Did I need to see the girl upstairs?
You mind if I come?
Yeah, come on. Same as always.
Smoke?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are really sensitive, and it like gets in your clothes and your hair. And they play in there a lot.
We don't know where the cat went.
Exciting.
If you were in here, do you have
And
any
the cat.
roommates, or
No.
check the cat?
Kind of too small for roommates anyway. And like I have 2 kids, and we moved in here when I only had 1. So the idea is that I will eventually probably get into a 3-bedroom, and they'd each have their own room. It's Bangor Housing Authority, so pretty convenient.
Yeah.
For meeting with me, I appreciate it.
Do you have any questions for me before I go? Alright, so me up with me, there's going to be the hearing, okay? Alright, I'll make sure and make a copy of this and have it for you as well.